Frozen buffalo wing throwdown. Let's get him.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wolfe Pit and another episode of What Are We Eating? Buffalo wings are probably the most popular appetizer, snack food, bar food, and of course, football food there is. Deep fried crispy chicken wings, tossed in a rich, buttery, and tangy hot sauce, served with celery and blue cheese, and you have the ultimate platter of yumbo. But if it wasn't for Teresa Bellissimo and her ingenuity at the Anchor Bar late one night, the buffalo wing may not exist today. Buffalo wings are best made fresh, but people get busy, lazy, or simply don't want to make homemade food at home and reach for something quick, easy, and frozen like Purdue's and Tyson's Buffalo-style wings. Purdue's Buffalo-style chicken wings are roasted chicken wing sections glazed with Buffalo-style hot sauce. The chickens are hatched, raised, and harvested in the USA. And they're raised with no antibiotics ever, no animal byproducts, all vegetarian diet, cage-free in the USA, and no hormones or steroids added. Here's the list of the few ingredients. Now for the nutrition facts. The serving size is 3 ounces, and there's 6 servings per container. Per serving, there's 140 calories, 9 grams of total fat, 2.5 grams of saturated fat, 0 trans fat, 75 milligrams of cholesterol, 710 milligrams of sodium, 1 gram of total carbohydrates, 0 grams of fiber, 0 sugars, and 12 grams of protein. This is the 28-ounce bag that costs $9.99. You have a little less than a year to eat these, but in my house, that wouldn't be a problem. Chicken wings don't last long around here. There's 2 sets of cooking instructions, conventional oven and microwave oven, and I'm going to use the microwave.
Oh no. First I know about the Tyson wings. Eating them things for like 100 years. I didn't know Purdue made hot wings. I know they made chicken nuggets and all that type of stuff. I never knew they made hot wings. But cooking in the microwave, boy, I mean that's up to you, Mr. Wolfe. But damn, you know the oven. Unless you don't have one when it comes to the frozen, even the what's it called, the air fryer. I don't think it said air fryer, but yeah, oven is always the best way to go because it's certain stuff like it ain't right. This ain't good in the microwave. Like those hot pocket things. People say they taste terrible, but a lot of people don't use that sleeve thing. And it's, even with the sleeve, they don't taste right. It's like they probably didn't watch it. Like I know I have family members. They cook stuff in the microwave and they walk away from it. And then they come back and they put it on 30 minutes, and the stuff is hard as hell. It takes 2 minutes. And
if you think for a minute I'm going to cook chicken wings in the microwave, I got some oceanfront property in Arizona. I'll give you a real.
Oh, I'm about to say.
As soon as I open up the bag, you get punched in the face with the smell of hot sauce, which I love. There's got to be a lot of hot sauce on these from the smell and the look of the wings. They almost look red. Now, the directions say to lay them flat on a cookie sheet, but we all know you're not going to get crispy wings that way. So I'm placing them on a raised rack to get the heat circulating on all sides of the wings, with a piece of aluminum foil underneath for easy cleanup. And this little wing, it's either a reject or it came off a baby chicken. And now for the Tyson Anytizers Buffalo-style hot wings.
Yes, sir.
They're Buffalo-style.
The Tyson, they really I guess they really cut back with the inflation business because I remember either it was a bigger bag or it was jumbo wings because that bag that they used to have was about as big as about 2 of those bags. So I don't know what happened to those, but those things there, and they were like $11 and something. Well, they were good though. They were good as hell. And they're back down to the little bags, but they're still good. And even the barbecue ones, because I usually get the hot one. They don't have the barbecue. I mean, if they don't have the hot, get the barbecue. But yeah, they cut back on a lot of stuff because that bag was huge.
Hot wings are chicken wing sections coated with a flavorful, hot, tangy sauce. And that's really about all Tyson has to say about their wings. I really like all the extra information that Purdue put on the bag. But for all I know, Tyson may raise and process their chickens just like Purdue. I doubt it, but they could. I would just like to know as much about my food as possible. And Purdue provided that information. Here's the short list of ingredients. Now for the nutrition facts. And again, the serving size is 3 ounces and there's 6 servings per container. Per serving, there's 190 calories, 13 grams of total fat, 3 grams of saturated fat, 0 trans fat,
We know the
3
salt.
grams of
The salt
polyunsaturated
is
fat,
rough with it.
5 grams of monounsaturated fat. Both of those fats are good fats. 95 milligrams of cholesterol, 760 milligrams of sodium, 3 grams of total
What did I
carbohydrates,
just say?
0 grams of fiber, 0 grams of sugar, and 14 grams of protein. This bag of Tyson wings is the same size and same price as the Purdue's, 28 ounces for $9.99. And they pretty much have the same Best Buy date, just 2 days off. And they actually have 3 sets of cooking directions: oven, microwave, and grill. With
Oh,
the
you can't
Tyson
use the
wings,
air fryer.
you could barely
Okay.
smell the hot sauce. It
No
was
air
pretty
fryer.
faint. And there were 2 things that really stood out. The color, they looked more like fried chicken, and the size. They were much smaller than the Purdue wings. Now the cooking temperatures and times were different. Tyson's was 450 degrees for 18 to 20 minutes. And Purdue, 400 degrees for 25 to 27 minutes. But I wanted to cook them both at the same time.
Yeah, I got to get 2
I
bags of
decided to
them.
go with the higher 450 degree temperature, and I'm glad I did. Because even at the higher temperature, they ended up taking 40 minutes to cook. That's double the recommended time.
Yeah, I guess the other ones on the other side of the Purdue, they look like they got more sauce on them versus the Tyson. But Tyson sauce is usually pretty good. Like I said, 3-4 years ago, those Tyson wings were a lot bigger. So everything's getting smaller. Like I said about like y'all get those packets of oatmeal or whatever. It used to be a 12-pack, now it's a 10-pack. So they're cutting back on stuff. He said those wings were $9. That big bag was almost $12. So yeah, they're cutting back stuff.
Time for the Tysons at the correct temperature, 450 degrees. And they did come out somewhat crispy. However, the Purdue's also cooked for longer than recommended at a higher temperature than recommended. They suggested 400 degrees for 25 to 27 minutes, but they took almost twice as long at the higher 450 degrees, and they weren't crispy at all. Soggy buffalo wings is sacrilegious.
No, no way, hold it
Tyson
now.
drumette first.
I don't know.
The outside did have a nice little.
I guess maybe because I overcooked mine, but I had them on 450. Well, I don't usually put them on 450 unless I have like, you gotta get at least 2 bags, because he's right, them things are little now. So then I put them on 450, and you gotta move them around a little bit, but they do have that crispy taste. Some of them do have the soggy taste, but usually like the ones on top, I know it's frustrating. Like a lot of the ones on top is crispy, the other ones be half soggy. You gotta move them around, which it's a pain in the ass, but they are always usually pretty good. I never had no bad Tyson wings, not that I know of. But like it's usually a lot more sauce. That's the only thing. Usually more saucy than that.
Texture to it, but it wasn't crispy like it had been fried. And that's obviously because it wasn't fried. The meat was fine, and the flavor was fairly mild. Not a whole lot of flavor or heat. Then I tried a Purdue drumette. There was much more flavor, much more heat, and the meat was good, and there was much more of it. But the texture was soggy. Then I tried the flats, which is my favorite part. My previous assessment of the drumettes is the same for the flats. The Tyson wings had a much better texture, but was a bit lacking on flavor, heat, and meat. The Purdue's, they were much bigger, so obviously they had more meat, but they also had more flavor and more heat. The only thing really bad about them
I've never seen
was the
Purdue
skin.
hot wings.
On a scale of 1 to 10 for taste, texture, and value, I'm going to give the Tyson a 4 and the Purdue a 5. Even though the skin on the Purdue's was soggy, they had better flavor, more heat, and more meat. Thank you all very much for watching. If you want to pick up a bag of these for the Super Bowl, I would pick the Purdue over the Tyson. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.
Yeah, even like the what do they call it? No name brand like Mike's Hot Wings. They're always bigger, yeah. Because like I said, the Purdue, it's been years ago, at least 4 years ago. the Tyson wings were bigger. Then there was this one bag of wings I used to get. They were like I said, another bag was like $12, $13, but they were bigger. But stuff is going down, man. Like I said, they're cutting. They don't sell stuff like it used to. Like I remember, like like you used to have to get those little cheap juice boxes just to be getting something to drink. The juice boxes used to be like this. Now they're like this. Like, what the hell is that? Like, they're like little juicy juice boxes now. So they be cutting back on stuff. But I'm gonna have to find the Purdue wings. I never seen those before. I know they got Frank's hot wings, but they're always sold out. Another type of hot wing. I never known Purdue to make hot wings. Just chicken nuggets and chicken tender or chicken fingers.